I would say if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have anything to worry about.
Idaho's Governor Brad Little now has 5 days to sign into law a bill that cracks down on illegal immigration. Legislation is a combination of several earlier bills, I should say, and the result of various industries voicing their concerns along the way. As Abby Davis reports, this includes people working in the construction industry in the Gem State, Abby?
Right, Brian, and that's an industry, of course, that relies very heavily on people who weren't born in the U.S., like the dairy industry. The Idaho Home Builders Association says they wanted to be as involved as possible since they knew lawmakers wanted to pass an immigration bill this session.
It's the roofers, it's the drywallers, it's the framers that, quite frankly, it's very challenging to find an Idaho-born person that's willing to do that kind of work.
That's partly why Idaho Home Builders Association spokesperson Ken Burgess spent so much time at the Capitol this session trying to get lawmakers to change parts of their immigration legislation.
We felt that it went a little too far, at least in terms of kind of going after the more innocent type of immigrants that might be coming here to the state.
After months of back and forth,
Question is, shall House Bill 83, as amended, pass the House?
and no debate Wednesday,
61 ayes, 9 nays.
lawmakers sent the amended bill Burgess calls the best option to the governor.
This bill has taken a lot of work to get right.
The legislation, co-sponsored by Representative Jaron Crane, makes illegal entry into Idaho a misdemeanor and re-entry a felony. But those charges could only be considered when that person is already detained or being investigated for allegedly committing another crime.
You're not able to profile anybody. You can't just walk up and say, oh, you look like you don't belong here. Show me your papers. You cannot do that.
The bill also makes it easier for law enforcement to help carry out national immigration laws.
It ultimately boiled down to how could we make some changes that would make it reasonable and for us to be able to live with it. And I think that was the whole issue of at least focusing on the criminal element.
Because Burgess says it's hard enough finding people to build our homes.
I think most people don't fully appreciate how much of the foreign-born workforce contributes to the economy of this state.
It's not just local policies the Builders Association has raised concerns about. Burgess says they're keeping an eye on immigration promises from the Trump administration since they'll likely trickle down and impact various Idaho industries, like we mentioned before, Brian.
Yeah, and it's also worth pointing out, I mean, that's not just any crime. It can't just be a moving violation.
Right.
This law specifies it has to be a crime of a certain level. So running a red light wouldn't necessarily get you rounded up in this.
Yeah, there's a certain threshold.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you very much, Abby.